Hey guys, before we get into the tutorial, for those who want to just jump straight in, get the application up and running, I have a link down in the description below for the Sails Passport cheat sheet that you'll be able to click on and just copy in pretty much everything you need to get your app up and running and ready to rock and roll. Hello guys, welcome back. My name is David Cedar. It's been a while, but today we're going to be taking a look at how to implement the Passport login strategy with Sails.js. This little demo and tutorial I'll be showing you how to implement some forms, a bit of the backend configuration. The system will use sessions which will be stored in the database as well. We're using MongoDB for this application, and we're currently running Sails version 1. Sails version. So we are running Sails version 141. So we'll start that up again. Refresh, register. So let's just do a test account. We'll say 12. Actually, did I? Yeah, 12. Testing. Name 12. Test 12 at gmail.com. Just whatever you want. Password 123 123 123 123 123 123. And we accept the terms and conditions to continue. And the system will log us in straight away. So this is the home page. We won't be making this home page. This is the little demo app that I was mucking around with Sails. I put together. And that's the system. And there's an account page which just shows our names and stuff. And we can log out. And it will return us back to this page. And then if we try to go to the page, it won't let us. If we go to, for example, user test, it won't let us go because we've set up a policies where it won't let us explore pages which we're not allowed to visit. Okay, let's get started. Let's take a look at the code. Okay, so next step, we want to actually create our new Sails app. So let's do Sails new, and we'll just call this Passport example, and just let that install, and we'll continue once it's finished. Okay guys, upon it completing, we also want to install 3 other packages. So let's use npm install passport. That's the actual Passport package. We also want to install Passport local and bcrypt node.js, because that will help us encrypt the password when we store it in the database. So we want to do npm install passports -local. That's going to install. And we want to npm install bcrypt node.js. And once we do that, we can use a program such as Visual Studio Code. That's what I'll be using. So let's go new window, and I'm going to open the file. Open the folder to, let's see, Passport example. All right, here we go. So the first thing we want to do is let's create a Passport file which will contain the main logic for our script. We're going to put that in the config folder. So let's do new file, Passport.js, and inside Passport.js we just want to call the other the 3 files that we just installed using npm. So let's just do const passport equals require passport, comma, let's just do local strategy, call G equals require passport/local, and we want to use bcrypt as well. So let's do require bcrypt node.js, like that. So the first thing we will do is create a function which will help serialize the user. So let's do passport, and then we'll just do serialize user, and we want to invoke a function with the user and a callback function. And for this one, we're just going to call the callback function with a null for the error and the user ID as so, as such, something like that. And then we want to create another one which deserializes the user. So deserialize the user. So let's do passport dot deserialize, and we want to invoke a function as well. We want to say the ID of the user and again the callback function. And we're just going to call user. We haven't created this just yet, but I'll explain in just a second. So user will refer to the model that we'll be creating, and we want to evoke the the Sails.js waterline function find one. So find one. We want to find. So we'll specify what we're looking for. We want to find the ID, and then we want to. Once we've done that, we want to evoke the function on completion. So we want to say error and user. So that's the same as saying that's the same as doing .exec like so. And we want to do the callback function with the user. Error and the user. Easy. So we'll explain that a bit later on, the user. And then we want to create the local strategy, which will, in this application, we'll only be using username and password. You can do email, password, anything, any combination you like, pretty much. You can do like Google, Facebook, Twitter, and all the other ones, but you've got to include by yourself. As a different strategy to use, but in this case we'll just use local strategy. So let's do passport. So let's do local. So we want to do passport.use, and we want to say new local. Let's just give that a larger case. Local strategy, and we want to give it some values. So let's say username field is going to be called username, and the passport field will be the password. And once that's done, we want to now evoke a function with the username password and a callback function like that. And here it'll be called, this local strategy will be called once when we do our login function in our controller class. So here we'll say passport. Sorry. We're going to be doing user dot find one. So find one. This time, let's do the curly braces, and we're going to say the username. So we're going to search by username and the username that we've included up here. And then again, let's just do the execute function, and we'll say it's going to be a function with an error and the user returned. I've done exec here because you can actually add on extra commands after find one. So maybe if you're doing linking different models together, or either one by one or one to many, you can do populate like that. So you can say populate. So if I was doing users, I can say populate the posts, and that's why I use exec here, because you can actually add on to your function here if you want. Okay, and then once we've done that, let's check for errors. If error, we want to return the callback with error, like so. And if there's no user found, we want to return an error as well. So if no user is found, let's return callback function. Let's say null, false, and let's just give a message. Username not found. Okay, like that. And then lastly, we want to encrypt the password. So let's use bcrypt dot compare the and then lastly we want to check the username, the password, against our database. Because the database is the password in the database is encrypted, we need to encrypt the input as well. So we're using bcrypt.compare to double check that's correct. So we want to compare the password with the user.password, and then we'll call a callback function here. So callback and error, and then the result basically. And then let's do curly braces afterwards. And then once again, let's just do error checking. So if no result, return invalid password. Else, let's return the callback with the user and a message login successful, something like that. And that's our Passport.js file completed for now. Alright, that was part one of our multi-part series for creating a Passport application in Sails.js, which is built on top of the Node and Express package. I hope you've enjoyed it so far. Any questions, post them down below. I'll try to answer them if possible, and if maybe someone else may be able to answer some questions as well. So the next videos we're going to be taking a look at is creating the models, the controllers, the forms, and the routes and some policies. So there's a few different things we're gonna continue to check out. So stay tuned for those. Thank you very much, guys. Once again, I am David Cedar, tuning out. Please check out the next episode in the series to continue on making the application.